What's poppin', homies? It's your favorite homegirl, Gossip Girl, and today I'm coming in with another video, and we're going to talk about the biggest celebrity scandals of 2020, okay? Because you know every year folks be cutting up and all kind of stuff, so we're going to get right on into it. All right, so the first person I'm going to talk about today is Ellen DeGeneres. Now, her scandal was about her workplace, how toxic it is, and how cold and sly she be acting. So we're gonna get right on into it, okay? It says earlier this year, DeGeneres, who was Ellen, she's 62 years old, remained mum as past guests and employees spoke out against the host for her alleged cold behavior, both on and off set. Ellen's not so nice behavior to staffers was confirmed by her former bodyguard, Thomas, who revealed to Fox News that she acted cold and sly during the hosting gig at the 2014 Oscars. All right. The bodyguards claim we're far from the tip of the iceberg, but however, shortly after BuzzFeed News published a lengthy feature interviews from one current and 10 former employees at the DeGeneres show, who spoke about their experiences, alleging that top producers of the show were guilty of racism and a toxic workplace environment and sexual misconduct. An internal investigation by Warner Media, which produces and syndicates the show, ensued, and in August, executive producers Ed Glavin and Kevin Lemon and co-executive producer Jonathan Norman parted ways with the show. Now, if this is happening, if people are parting ways with the show, something must have been going on. Ellen seems like she's really nice on camera, but you never know how somebody is behind the scenes, okay? In September, Ellen returned to the limelight after a crazy summer for the show's season 18 premiere. Okay, the embattled TV star began her first episode with an on-air apology to her staff and viewers, where she vowed to start a new chapter. Being known as the Be Kind lady is tricky position to be in. So let me give you some advice out there. If anybody's thinking of changing their title or giving yourself a nickname, do not go with Be Kind lady. Don't do it, Ellen said jokingly. But my thing is this: if you are a genuine person and you are the be kind and inspired type of person, then people are going to look at you as such. Now, if you're very mean-spirited, show it. I mean, cause we all look at Wendy Williams. We know what she's about, honey. Miss Wendy Williams don't front for the camera for nobody. We know what she's all about. Now, I've been listening to Wendy Williams since she was on the radio shows, and she hasn't changed. She was messy then, and she's messy now, and this is what she is. But Ellen, if you sitting up there talking about, be kind and be true to people and love on your family and love on your friends, and you're giving that positivity, stuff, and then you start acting like you don't got no sense behind the scenes, people gonna look at you funny. And it is a toxic workplace if you're doing that. It is. Your producers are gone. They parted ways with the show. So what does that mean for you? You have to change. You have to change. Okay, so she took on a more serious tone as she said, "The truth is, I am that person that you see on TV. I am that person that you see on TV. I am also a lot of other things. Sometimes I get I get sad, I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient. I am working on all of that. I am a work in progress. I'm especially working on my on the impatience thing, and it's not going well because it's not happening fast enough. I'll tell you that." So that's what she had to say. Now, the next scandal is Aunt Becky from Full House. Now, we all know she did not need to get her kids into college by paying. First of all, just because your children are privileged does not mean you have to go against the grain and try to get them in. Now, you knew that it wasn't no donation to the school. You knew it was a scandal, because ain't no way in the heck, if I'm doing a donation to the school, then, okay, if I'm doing a donation to the school, why it is, I'm going to ask questions. I need to see what type of forms I'm filling out. I need to know, okay, if this is a donation to the school, who am I writing this check out to? You get what I'm saying? It was a lot of underhanded stuff going on with that. And she tried to cover it up, her and her husband. And then her daughter, Olivia J, she was on the Red Talk Table show. And let me just tell you something. First of all, this family, the mother and father, did not get enough time in jail. They did not get enough time in jail. 5 months, and then you could pick your the place where you want to do your time and all that stuff. Now, come on now. It's just too much privilege going around here. Too much. But you want to get your children in school, but your daughter had a YouTube channel, and she said she didn't care about going to school. She said she didn't care about going to school. You know? It's just that if they didn't get caught, they'll be acting as if nothing happened. But they got caught. So let's get into it. Lori Loughlin and Massimo Gianelli was sent to prison. It was also a dramatic year for the actress Lori Loughlin and her husband, who were each sentenced to prison in August for their involvement in the nationwide college admission scandal. Okay, the Full House actor was handed a 2-month term behind bars in August after she and her husband pleaded guilty to charges stemming from $500,000 payments to scam mastermind William Rick Singer to get their daughter Olivia J and Isabella recruited onto the University of Southern California's crew team. The two had never participated in sports before. Okay, so Lori, who's 56 years old, began her 2-month prison sentence on October at the Federal Correctional Institute in Dublin, California, a low-security federal prison where Desperate Housewives actress Felicity Huffman served only 11 days of a planned 2-week sentence for the similar crimes. Now, I'm sorry, I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. If that was a black person who was doing this type of stuff right here, their terms and their charges or whatever it is, it will be longer than what they got. You get what I'm saying? And I don't care if you don't agree what I'm saying. I'm just speaking the truth. It is what it is. Because I have seen people who want to put their children in a school, not in their district, but in another district, go to jail for a crazy amount of time, which is ridiculous. But let somebody else do it. And guess what? They get a slap on the wrist or they get lesser time. And I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. It's ridiculous already. So to me, her and her husband got a slap on the wrist with this jail time. Meanwhile, her husband reported to prison weeks later in Long Park, California, where he most recently was placed in protective custody, according to reports, due to the novel coronavirus. Loughlin is expected to be released on December 28th, which she is released, okay, while her husband is expected to return home sometime in April. However, the prison sentence won't be the last of their punishment. In addition to serving time, Loughlin agreed to pay a $150,000 fine along with 2 years of supervised release and 100 hours of community service. Oh, whoop-de-doo. They got the money for the fine. They're going to go ahead and do the 100 hours. Whoop-de-damn-do. Her husband, meanwhile, was served 5 months in prison, pay a $250,000 fine with 2 years of supervised release and 250 hours of community service. Whoop-de-damn-do. Oh, they really stuck it to them. Oh, they really stuck it to them, right? Right. Loughlin and her husband initially pleaded not guilty to expand the charges of bribery brought against them in October, along with 11 other parents swept in the scandal. In May, the duo shocked many when they changed the course and agreed to plead guilty as Huffman did in 2019. Let me continue. Earlier this month, Lachlan's eldest daughter, Olivia Jade, stunned fans by giving her first ever interview about the scandal, speaking to Jada Pinkett on the Red Talk Table on the Facebook show. Olivia declared the scandal left her embarrassed and ashamed and claimed that her family had messed up. Olivia has since vowed to learn from her parents' alleged crimes and chalked it up as a big learning experience in terms of recognizing her privilege. Well, you could recognize your privilege. I'm pretty sure you were so used to getting what you want. You were so used to living a lifestyle that you didn't really care what your parents were doing. You said it yourself. You didn't want to go to college. That wasn't what you was about. You should have told your parents that. But yet they felt like because they had the money to throw around, that they could get you in school. Like what makes these kids better than anybody else because they have money? There's other kids, parents who have money. A lot of stars, a lot of celebrities who they children go to school. They get in the right way. They fill out the application. They send it in, whether they get rejected or not. But they do it the right way. See, this is what it pisses me off. I'm sorry if I'm getting upset, but it just pisses me off. It pisses me off. Okay, so what other scandals we got going on here? Let's see here. The scandal. Oh, when the plague 19 hits Hollywood. Okay, the pandemic continues to spread across the globe, killing hundreds and thousands as we head into 2021, right? Okay, Tom Hanks, who's 64 years old, one of America's most iconic actors, revealed that he had tested positive for the virus along with his wife, Rita Wilson. The couple caught the virus in Australia while Hanks was filming an untitled Elvis Presley biopic. Oh, Lord. Since then, the couple has offered fans several updates about their condition and recovery. Other stars who have spoken about their diagnosis, including Idris Elba, Daniel Day Kim, Andy Cohen, Debbie Mazar, rapper Scarface, Jim Edmonds, Megan King, and among other, dozens of others, okay? The COVID-19 pandemic also sadly resulted in a number of celebrity deaths, including Broadway star Nick Cordero, as in show singer Alan Merrill, Julie Bennett, country musician John Prine, and amongst others. Ooh, so that was something, okay? But I also heard about Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson that, yes, they was tested positive and they was, but I also heard it was on house arrest. I'm not going to get into it, but if you want to know what that's about, go ahead and check it, look it up on Google or whatever the case may be, because I heard it was on house arrest for something serious. So you guys can go ahead and jump down that rabbit hole and look that up. Okay, so another scandal that I want to talk about is Tiger King stars Carol Baskin and Joe Exotic Feud as it goes viral. Carol Baskin, y'all know the song. Oh my goodness. How many of you guys even watched that Netflix thing called Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness? Oh my goodness, it's crazy. If you haven't heard of Netflix Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness, chances are you slept through all of 2020. And that is the God's honest truth, because you couldn't go nowhere without hearing about Carol Baskin. And she was even on Dancing with the Stars, right? Yes. The docuseries quickly went viral after its March release on the streamer, and fans couldn't get enough of the eccentric big cat enthusiast presented in the series. Two of the most memorable stars of the series are Joe Exotic, whose real name is Joseph Maldonado Passage, and Carol Baskin, who were painted as the biggest rivals TV viewers have ever seen for their opposing position on caring of big cats. Okay, as well as the horrific claims made by Exotic that Baskin was responsible for her first husband, Don Lewis' death. Now, some people were saying that she fed him to the cats. The cats ate them and stuff. I don't know, but they still, from what I remember, they still hasn't found his body. So it's either he's buried somewhere and he is just disintegrated into the earth, or the cats ate him. And that was a big thing. That was a big thing. Exotic is serving 22 years in prison after being found guilty of participating in a murder-for-hire plot against Baskin. Meanwhile, Baskin star rose so much following the Netflix show release that she danced her way back on television on season 29 of Dancing with the Stars. See, I told you. While Baskin became a household name thanks to the Netflix series, she recently admitted in an interview on Fox Business, Varney and Company, that she's not so fond of the way she was portrayed in the series. She even went as far to claim that her feud with Exotic was fabricated by producers. Joe and I have never, in fact, actually even had a conversation with each other prior to all of this. So the whole idea that was painted as the big feud between us was just fabricated for the purpose of this show. But honey, you gained from this show too, okay? It may have been fabricated, but you gained from this. So let's not and say we did. She continued, I did go after him because he's one of the people that I felt was abusing and exploiting big cats. I go after all the big guys, and he was just one out of the dozen or so that are at the top of my list for places that need to stop abusing animals. While Baskin says she has no interest in working with Netflix again, she still often makes headlines related to her work at the Big Cat Rescue Organization in Tampa, Florida. Police in that state have also reopened the investigation into Lewis' mysterious disappearance and death. And that, my friend, that's all we have about the 2020 scandal. I must say, I think there was also a scandal with Meghan and Harry, Meghan Markle and Harry, about some maggots going on. But I didn't look into that. But yeah, Carol Baskin and Ellen DeGeneres and Tom Hanks, those were the scandals. But honey, what took the cake, and I'm going to say what took the cake of 2020 was Lori Loughlin, Aunt Becky from Full House. That took the cake for 2020 because you mean to tell me you're going to try to just pay your children's way into school? Like, that's a slap in the face to kids who really are trying to get in. Your children was taking a spot from somebody who was really trying to get into that school. Like, this whole privilege thing got to stop. And people need to be called out on it more often. All right, so I done ran my mouth a little bit too much this morning. I'm going to give it a break. But let me know in the comment section, do you know any other scandals that happened? If you do, let me know down in the comment section, and we'll talk about it in the comment section. Okay? So, I hope you guys have a great day. And thank you also for answering my poll on my community post, because now I see what you guys want more, what you want me to put on my channel. So thank you for answering those questions on my community post, and I will make sure I will stick to it. All right? The new year is coming. I'm bringing some fresh new ideas to this channel. Some you may like and some you may not like, but hey, it's worth a try, right? All right, guys, you take it easy and have a great day, and I will see you later on this evening. Deuces.